Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala Ashrafil Mursaleen, Sayyidina wa Nabiyyina wa Shafi'ina wa Habibina wa Mawlana Muhammadin sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'een. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And a special salams to our viewers on Facebook from wherever you are. Welcome. MashaAllah, I was just telling them, for my notes, send me your email, or if you can send your WhatsApp. It can also be printed from WhatsApp, I believe. So whatever you need to do, please send me your email. I'll send you the notes. It's quite comprehensive, but it's very practical in the order as you do Hajj. MashaAllah, firstly, Mubarak. Allah has chosen you out of millions and millions for you to honor the Babul Hajj. And Allah has chosen you before you were created in the Alami Arwah, that you're going to come together and that you will know each other. That's how we know each other and we become friends with each other. Because in the Alami Arwah, before anything was created, our Arwah was created and we got to know each other in the Alami Arwah. This was the most amazing dimension of it. Sometimes you tend to find that I don't seem to like this guy. It is because in the Alami Arwah we didn't like each other. You know? Or the other way around, mashallah, we're getting on so well. This is what the Alami Arwah has done for us. So I will be touching on various aspects of Umrah and Hajj, inshallah, as we go along. The important thing first to remember is, as soon as we leave the shores of Cape Town, you are already Musafir. And when you Musafir, you are... thank you so much. Okay. Important thing to remember is, you are Musafir. And you are considered a Musafir once your journey is 77 kilometers and more. Or in the Hanafi madhab, it's 87 kilometers and more. For the Shafi'i madhab, it's 4 days and more, then you can perform your Musafir. And according to the Hanafi madhab, it's 15 days and more. Now, your boundary of your place, where you calculate your 77 kilometers, is not your house. It's a boundary of your town. And your boundary of your town is Kraaifontein. So you start your 77 k's from there. Right? Even if you go to Godini or Paal or etc., etc., you count your 77 k's from there. Take advantage of the sunnah of making Qasr Salah when it's possible. So once you Musafir, mashallah, you reduce Dhuhr to 2 rakats, Asr to 2 rakats, Isha to 2 rakats. You can also combine, Dhuhr and Asr can be combined, Dhuhr can be brought forward, or Dhuhr can be delayed to Asr. The same with Maghrib and Isha. Maghrib stays 3 rakats. You can bring Isha forward to Maghrib, or you can delay Maghrib and do it at the time of Isha. This will actually happen when you leave Arafat, you go to Muzdalifah and Mina, you do Jam Salah. The important thing to remember is, when you delay, you must make the niyyah in the waqtu, that I am delaying Dhuhr Salah to make it together with Asr Salah, or I'm delaying Maghrib Salah to delay it with Isha. If you don't make that niyyah, then your Dhuhr or Maghrib becomes Qada'an. Got it? That's, I'm sure it's clear. Inshallah. So we got that. So once we leave, subhanAllah, once we leave, and you implement almost immediately your Qasr Salah, because you're on the plane, or wherever you are, and you're immediately performing your Jam Salah. The important thing to remember about Jam Salah is, once you've reached Makkah or for example Medina, and you still come back to Makkah, the ruling is to perform Jam Salah, you must keep on traveling. You can't now, hey, let me just make Zuhr and Asr one time, so say, dan seks maar klaar. No. The ruling is, you still have to keep on traveling for the aspect of Jam Salah. Clear? You can stop me in the middle and ask questions. I got no problem with that. So it's always good and nice to prepare your trip to go to Medina first. Why? Because if you go to Makkah first, it means you must go into ihram in the plane. Correct?
Yeah.
So it does become a bit awkward, obviously, for some people. But it's actually fantastic to go to Medina first. And which means you can do your ziyarat in Medina, subhanallah. You can do all the various aspects of Medina. So let us go to Medina first. And what an amazing venture it is once you go to Medina. When you see the walls of Medina, subhanallah, they are beautiful. You'll see in my notes, there are du'as. There are du'as for just about every occasion. And I've got it in transliteration for those who can't read Arabic. It's also in Arabic, and also the meaning, the translation is there. And all these du'as are recommended du'as, they are not farad. Even the du'as for the tawaf, as you are making your tawaf, also recommended. Because can you imagine you in communication with Allah, and you're looking at now, you can take your notes with you, obviously, and you say, Allahumma, God, wat het imam nou hier geschreven? Ik kan het niet uitmaken. What is this? You're losing the plot here, isn't it so? Your connection is with Allah. Your connection is with your fellow Hujjaj, etc., etc. So you can't circle now by looking at it. Open up your heart and recite whatever comes to your heart. Right? So do your preparation work. I've given quite a list of what you have to do when it comes to preparation. And in my notes, for example, and I really mean quite a bit. And I've used the kitab of Sheikh Amin Fakir al-Mufida. And you will see I have made notes. Do this, do that, and go to do this and do that, and so etc. So I've used that. For example, how to make whatever type of salah, it doesn't matter. Then you do that. For example, I said immediately make istikhara salah. It's sunnah to make istikhara salah. Now we know we think when you make istikhara salah, you must find out is this one now good for me or not for me? Is this a venture I must go in? The reason why we make istikhara salah is not because must we go on Hajj or mustn't we go on Hajj. No. The reason for making istikhara salah is, oh Allah, make our doors open and wide and safe to go for Hajj and Umrah. Got it? So this is what we are doing. Our niyyah must be free from any of show off, no sign, riyah. That must be. Do some intense spiritual practices. And you'll see at the back of my notes, I've done tahajjud salah, salatul tasbih. You know, all these various aspects. I'm sure most of you are into it already. But as a reminder, I have covered that in my notes, and you can refer to the books about it. Make tawbah and repentance. Go ask maaf for those whom you have hurt. It's so important. Even if they slam the door in your face. You know, these things, I get these reports. This happens. But you've done your best. You owe people money? Alhamdulillah. Say, for example, you owe me 10,000 rand. Alright? It doesn't mean you can't go on Hajj. I say, look, you can go on Hajj. You can pay me when you come back. Some people are under the impression if you owe somebody, then you can't go. Right? The important thing is clear your debts as much as you can. Got it? Yes.
Is that with your permission?
I can't hear?
Is it with your permission and then...
Yeah, if you owe me money and I say, look, mashallah, it's okay. You can pay me back when you come back from Hajj, then you can pay me. No problem. So I've given you ijazah. No problem. Yeah. Got it? Thank you. And give charity. Because it cools Allah's anger. And it opens in bala dur karte, like our old people used to say. So do various aspects. Please make sure that your running debts while you are gone is being settled. Your electric, your whatever expenses you must see to, your children's fees, etc., school fees, university fees, etc., etc., etc. So many things. Please ensure. Do your Islamic world. Now, your Islamic world, you have done it already. You don't wait until you go for Hajj and then you want to do your Islamic world. But many people, a lot of people, only start waking up at that particular time. And please make it Islamically. You won't believe the amount of problems that people phone me about the world. Oh my God, Ya Allah. Right, so please prepare it correctly and spell my name correctly. That's all. The important thing to remember here is cover whom you must give. Don't let your children and your grandchildren eat haram because of your unfair practices. You know, they say, at slat terug. You heard about these aspects. Sometimes people do all sorts of things. And you say, but why has this happened to me or my children or to my grandchildren? Why? And then you suddenly start realizing, because of this, and this, and this, and this. So be careful. Do your will and do it correctly. Greeting, this Cape Town practice, to greet, etc. Go to make ziyarah of the various karamats in Cape Town. It is fantastic to do that. Because we're going to make ziyarah of the greatest karamat in Madinatul Munawwarah. So there's nothing wrong in going to go take the blessings of the karamats that we find. The pioneers who brought Islam to Cape Town. And if you read each one's history, Allah, subhanallah. I've got some notes. Don't forget to sort out your travel arrangements. Your documents must be stored carefully. Don't forget to take your notes, your musalla, things like that. Don't forget to take your medicines and have a doctor's letter, to cover your medicine just in case they check you. Take a pair of sunglasses with you, because that's my experience. The mataf is white, and when the sun shines, it's quite a glare. So, that's the reason. Take some balm to put on your heels. Wear socks as much as you can, because otherwise your heels crack. These are the tips that I found that's very, very... Label your bags. I've put all this on my Hajj notes. What to do as you are doing. Check in early at the airport. Avoid heavy foods. And please keep walking in the planes, because it's quite a long journey. Some people's feet swell up and things like that. Simple tips. Please be careful. Make sure that you keep your bags in sight. You will find even people are stealing. Astaghfirullah. You've heard people while they're making tawaf, they are being robbed. So be conscious. Be wise about everything. And don't forget, the last thing before you leave is to make 2 rakat salatul musafir. You are leaving. Okay? So now, say for example, we're reaching Madinatul Munawwarah and we see the beautiful walls of Medina. What a dua. And, it's the thing that goes into your mind is how the people of Medina welcome Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Tala al-badaru alayna. Can you just think like that and imagine you are being welcomed by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What an honor that you are getting. Out of the millions and millions of Hujjaj, you are being honored and you are getting there, subhanallah. When you come to the masjid, perform your 2 rakats, tahiyatul masjid, in the Masjidul Nabawi, obviously. In the white carpeted area, there's the Rauda area. These are all aspects, inshallah, you'll get to know as you are reading and you are empowering yourself. And then, when you do the greeting, I'm going straight into the greeting, we come to the grave of our Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Wahhabis will quickly tell you to get away from here, it's haram, and don't lift your hands, and don't do this and do that. Do whatever you can that your heart says. If you can stop a bit, Assalamu alaykum ya Rasulullah. Assalamu alaykum ya Habiballah. It's such a personal association that we have with your Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nobody can win. And don't ritualize it by looking Assalamu alaykum. What is this written over here? You've lost the boat. You've lost it. You say Assalamu alayka ya Habiballah. Just saying that with your heart is enough. Because you said it from there. Right? And all these long du'as, which you're just trying to say it because I put it down for you, right? And you're trying to work it out. No. Say it from your heart. And it is important that you do. So once you've had your close association with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look, obviously we're having a condensed version of the Hajj and Umrah, so that's why I'm keeping it condensed as well. So the important thing to remember here is keep on reading and empowering yourself as to whatever you can get in. It's so important. So then the other aspect you have to do is you must say Assalamu alaykum ya Rasulullah min Hassen Walele, min Abi wa Ummi, from my father, from my mother, from my sister, from my brother. And you write your names down on a piece of paper, because if somebody gives you a name, you've got an amana to take Salamat to Rasulullah sallallahu. And even if your parents have passed away, you mention them on behalf of my father and my mother. Like we will say on behalf of our murshid that is passed. We do cover them all. Got it? And once you've done that, then you take a one step, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. And what goes in your mind is the historical aspect of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. What he means to you. This is so important. You must understand. What does Abu Bakr as-Siddiq mean to you? Sahibul Ghar. He was a companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is the important thing. And then you move a step away again. You greet Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu. What a powerful man. Even Shaitan used to be scared. If Sayyidina Umar used to come there, Shaitan used to go that way. This is what a personality Sayyidina Umar was. Right? And close companions to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So read up on the personalities of who you're going to greet, for example. So at least it's not a ritualization of what you are doing. As I said, what is Hassen Walele right here? Assalamu alaikum. You lost it. You greet from here. Greet from here. And I can't overemphasize that every time. And once you've done that, you move and you go to the pillar of Abu Lubaba. What a beautiful story. Abu Lubaba was eventually ostracized because he did something bad in the community of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He became like a munafiq and he squealed or so forth. And eventually he came to ask for tawbah. And the tawbah wasn't granted to him yet. So Abu Lubaba tied himself to the pillar in Madinatul Munawwara. And he said, I won't let myself go here until Allah and His Rasul forgive me. So you tie yourself to the pillar until Allah and His Rasul doesn't forgive me. This is what you do. So this is your chance to do. وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ إِذْ ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ إِذْ جَاءُوكَ فَاسْتَغْفَرُوا اللَّهَ وَاسْتَغْفَرُوا لَهُمُ الرَّسُولُ لَوَجَدُوا اللَّهَ تَوَّابًا رَحِيمًا. And when you have done an injustice to yourself, ask Allah for forgiveness and ask Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to ask forgiveness for you. This is the subject of wasila, whom the Wahhabis hate to talk about. You see, it's all in the Quran. It's all there. Right? This is wasila. And Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will ask forgiveness for you. Do you think the Nabi is dead in the Qabr? Subhanallah. Hayatun Nabi. So that's what you do. And then you will find, you will go to the Rawda, you will go to Jannatul Baqi, you will go to Masjid Quba, you will go to Masjid Qiblatain, Masjid Ghamama, Masjid Jumu'ah, all these beautiful places of ziyarah. You go to Jabal Uhud, for example, where Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, Jabal Uhud loves you and we love Uhud. Subhanallah. These, please empower yourselves into these kind of. I normally give a 3-month lesson for Hajj. Here I'm condensing it in two hours. And my notes, please send me your email so you can understand what it's all about. Spend at least 8 days in Madinatul Munawwara so you can get 40 waqts. This is an important aspect of Medina. And that's why I say try to go to Medina first. It's so important to go to Medina first. And thereafter, when Medina is finished, you've done all the sightseeing and ziyarat and the beautiful, now you can go into ihram for Umrah to go to Makkah. You see that? So it's easier to go to Medina first than to go to Makkah first. Otherwise you have to go in the plane to put on your clothes of ihram. So now you make your ghusl for ihram, you put in your clothes of ihram, right? You make 2 rakat sunnah for ihram, and you make your niyyah for Umrah. Now when you go for the Kaaba for the first time, you make Tawaf al-Qudum. Tawaf al-Qudum is the greeting of the Kaaba. But because you're doing Umrah, which is fantastic, which covers your Tawaf al-Qudum, the greeting of the Kaaba. Okay, so the amazing thing. So when you come to Makkah, I'm skipping, as you can see, it's the most amazing. Leaving Medina is very heartfelt, very emotional. Those who've been there, you can identify it. Those who hasn't been there yet, Just for interest. Okay, mashallah. So you will experience an experience of a lifetime, subhanallah. It's really very emotional. You cannot have enough of Medina or Makkah. Right? This is what it does to you. But please read the historical aspect of each personality. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Uthman, Sayyidina Ali, Hassan, Hussein, the Ahlul Bayt, the wives of Rasulullah, so you can understand. And especially the various sites. You're going to Masjid Ghamama, where the cloud was following Rasulullah. That's why it was called Ghamama, means the cloud. The Masjid of the cloud. The cloud used to follow Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That's the beauty of it. So when you're there, inshallah, this is what you will be experiencing, subhanallah. So what, now you're in ihram, right? Remember, you made your niyyah for Umrah. Now you're on your way to Makkah. So everything else is, you are restricted. You can't cut nails, you can't cut hair. Husband and wife stay a bit apart. You know, those kind of things. You can do your normal things, obviously. You know, whatever you need to talk and what is, no problem. But anything else there afterwards, just leave it alone until you're there. When you come into Makkah, oh my gosh, subhanallah, you settle down, settle in your hotel, whatever you need to settle down. Then you go to the Baytullah. Now, take this desk as the Kaaba. And here is the door of the Kaaba. And here is the Hajar Aswad, the black stone. You must make sure you stand behind the line of Hajar al-Aswad, right? And you face it. I mean, you stand with your back like that, right? You stand, as you are standing now, this is how you stand. And you face the Hajar al-Aswad. And you make your niyyah. I am making the tawaf of Umrah. I'm making a tawaf of Umrah. Bismillahi Allahu Akbar. And off you go. Right? And as I mentioned, the du'as that I have written down here and given to you are recommended du'as. They aren't compulsory du'as. And what a beautiful experience as you are going around. You know, and when you come from the last Rukn al-Yamani back to the Hajar al-Aswad, it's sunnah to recite Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhab an-nar. And your tawaf is something, as I mentioned, there's a cosmic dimension in it. There's a spiritual dimension in it. In the whole Hajj, there's even an African dimension in it. But I'm going to touch on just a few aspects. The cosmic dimension is so beautiful because everything, as we are doing clockwise, everything in this universe, in this galaxy, goes in a clockwise motion. The earth rotates on its own axis in a clockwise motion. The moon travels around the earth in a anti-clockwise motion as we are making tawaf. And the photons, the neutrons, every atom as it's circling, whatever is circling in this entire galaxy, that Allah has created, known and unknown, they are making tawaf in that sense. Not only that, as you are making tawaf of the Baytullah, there's also the Baytul Ma'mur. The Baytul Ma'mur is the Kaaba and the Baytullah of the Malaikat, which is somewhere above the Baytullah. Right? The hadith says 70,000 Malaikat make tawaf once, never to return, and being replaced by another 70,000. All the time. So can you imagine how many millions upon millions of Malaikat have been making tawaf? Isn't that amazing? So you are completely in synchronization with the cosmic and the spiritual dimension of your tawaf. Not only with the galaxy that you are in tune with, but also the malaikat. And you know what the malaikat are doing? They're making dua for you. In Surah Zumur, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الذين يحملون العرش وَمَنْ حَوْلَهُ. There are those who carry the arsh of Allah. And there are those who make tawaf. What is tawaf? Baytul Ma'mur. يُسَبِّحُونَ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّهِمْ. And they are making tasbih and they are making tahmeed. They are praising Allah. وَيُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ. And they believe in Him. وَيَسْتَغْفِرُونَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. And they are making dua for you. You are making your tawaf down here, but they are making tawaf for you. What are they making? They are asking astaghfar for you. Isn't that amazing? Be conscious of it. And what are they saying? رَبَّنَا وَسِعْتَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ رَحْمَةً وَعِلْمًا. Oh, our Rabb, your mercy and your knowledge encompasses everything. This is what the Malaikas, that's the dua in Surah Zumar. Okay? فَاغْفِرْ لِلَّذِينَ تَابُوا وَاتَّبَعُوا سَبِيلَكَ. Oh Allah, forgive them. They are on your path, oh Allah. Sabilak, on your path. وَقِهِمْ عَذَابَ الْجَحِيمِ. And protect them from the fire of Jahannam. Ameen. Isn't that amazing? So if you think you're just making tawaf and you, Imam kan maar gauw vannacht roep man, kan allemaal. No, please connect yourself. Because be aware, you are being blessed and you're being dressed by the barakah of the malaikas making dua for you, which Allah is sending and pouring upon you. Isn't that an amazing experience, subhanallah? And that's not all. The ayah goes further. رَبَّنَا وَأَدْخِلْهُمْ جَنَّاتِ عَدْنٍ الَّتِي وَعَدتَّهُمْ. Oh, our Rabb, let them enter into Jannah وَعَدتَّهُمْ, as you've promised them. Malaika are telling Allah, you've promised them. وَعَدتَّهُمْ وَمَنْ صَلَحَ مِنْ آبَائِهِمْ وَأَزْوَاجِهِمْ وَذُرِّيَّاتِهِمْ. And also their pious forefathers and mothers, as well as their husbands and wives, their spouses, and their children, oh Allah. Look at the dua. What a powerful dua, isn't it so? إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Oh Allah, you are the all-hearing. Now, I'm stopping there. There's so much that my heart is actually full just to tell you this. But just this little bit should whet your appetite. So when you make your tawaf, you will make a tawaf. Those who've been there, for example, you will make a tawaf now differently. Because you can understand the various dimensions that are there. SubhanAllah, eh? I spoke about quickly on the touching of the Africanization of it. Okay, let me do it now. If you look at the African aspect of Hajj, Bibi Hajira, the wife of Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam, African, a slave woman, and the mother of Nabi Ismail alayhi salam. Sayyidina Bilal, Abyssinian slave, African. Isn't it so? Ayman, Barakah, slave woman. Who is she? Anybody know who Ayman is? Her name is Barakah. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said about her, my mother after my mother. As Amina was lying on her deathbed, Amina said to Barakah, please look after my baby, Muhammad. Don't leave him. She was the only one to have held him, alayhi salam, and saw him passing from this dunya. So that's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, my mother after my mother. And she was a black slave. So what I'm trying to say is, and another dimension is the first batch of Muslims that sought political refuge when they were persecuted in Makkah was in Abyssinia. The king of Negus, the Christian king of Negus, gave them political asylum. So we owe the African continent, especially Abyssinia, a great debt of gratitude because of what they have. That is another African dimension of Hajj that we must look at. That's why when we go on Hajj, La Ahmad, there's nobody that's superior to a black or to a white or white to a black. Nabi alayhi salam made that powerful statement, powerful khutbah about superiority. And especially some of us are very clannish. You know, we come from this Gao, and we come from this, and we're better than this, and we Zulu, and we Xhosa, and we this, and we Indian, and oh my gosh, you're only good according to your heart. Bittaqwallah. And let that always be your criteria, and teach that to your children and your grandchildren. May Allah grant us especially that type of tawfiq. It's so important to remember these different aspects of it. So when we, inshallah, have done our first tawaf, then second tawaf, and every time when we come to the Hajar al-Aswad, after we done our first, then we say, Bismillahi Allahu Akbar, Bismillahi Allahu Akbar, Bismillahi Allahu Akbar, and then we do our second step, our second round, then our third round, fourth round, and we're really going. And those du'as, if you read the meanings, what a beautiful, how really beautiful. So you got enough time you don't have to memorize it. Read it often so that you can understand what you are reading, and understand the meaning as well. So as you are finished, mashallah, the tawaf, after you finish 7, right, then you make your 2 rakats, right, or 2 rakats for tawaf that you have made, and then off you go to Safa, and no, you first drink your Zamzam, and the sunnah of Zamzam is to stand and drink. This is a great sunnah. Got it? With every other water we sit and drink. So we stand and drink, and then off we go to Safa Marwa. Yes.
In the 7 rounds,
yes.
Tawaf, say if I do 4 tawafs,
yes.
my wudu go.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the question. Say, for example, your wudu broke, or the adhan is going to go off now for a salah or a waqt, right? You break off wherever is convenient. Try to finish the shout, they call it, the round, right? Try to finish it. If you can't, it's not a problem, right? And if you've broken your wudu, you renew your wudu, because the condition to make tawaf, you must have wudu, right? Must have wudu.
Do I continue from?
You continue from where you left off.
From 4 and then just continue.
Yeah, you just continue from where you left off. Yeah. Bismillah Allahu Akbar, Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Right? And the same goes with if the adhan goes off for a waqtu and you caught because you're not finished, same story. Yes.
If you're
halfway,
do you start from the beginning of that?
No. It is said you can. Say for example you're here, right? You can carry on from there, right? But what people normally do, they go back. Bismillah Allahu Akbar, Bismillah Allahu Akbar, and just carry on. Right? But the ruling is you can. So that's why I say, if you're there, try to finish it. Because you will have time to finish it. Unless you broke your wudu, yes. Then, khalas, But if it's adhan time, you have time to finish it. Okay? Now, Safa and Marwa is amazing. It is really amazing. Here, Allah has put a rukun of Hajj because of the efforts of a woman, as you know. Right? Bibi Hajirah, one day the husband, Nabi Ibrahim, told her, get up, come take baby Ismail and let's go. Nothing was said, and off they went. And when they came to a certain spot, he left them with water and dates, and he turned around and he walked away. Bibi Hajirah saying, what is this? Ek dink som van ons vir ons gaan sê, wat jy mal in jou kop? Waar is die creditkaart dan? It's very unusual, isn't it so? But look at her tawakkul, subhanallah. Eh? She says, you're going to leave us here? And he kept on walking. He says, did Allah tell you to leave us here? And he says, yes. He says, then Allah will look after us. Look at that amazing Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakeel. This is Hasbi Allah. And you know what? Our pious forefathers, our fathers, mothers and grandmothers and grandfathers and great-grandfathers, they were like that. May Allah grant them Jannah. Right? They were strugglers. They didn't have much education like we have. But let me tell you, they had hilm, they had wisdom, and they had the courage to make you and I what we are today. And don't you ever forget that. Don't you ever forget that. Eh? We are where we are because of their efforts. So here Bibi Hajirah is saying, Alhamdulillah, Allah will look after us. This is amazing tawakkul. So eventually her water runs out and she ran from from Safa to Marwa. Safa to look for water. And eventually she finds, as you know the story, she finds the water. Isn't it so? Zoom, zoom, because the water was spilling. Right? Subhanallah. And then the birds were seeing, and when the birds are around, the travelers see the water, and then they found out, hey, let's just go to here. Here's an oasis where we can spread. And this is how it happened. So here they found water. But before they found the water, as Nabi Ibrahim walked out of sight, he made this dua. رَبَّنَا إِنِّي أَسْكَنْتُ مِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي بِوَادٍ غَيْرِ ذِي زَرْعٍ. Oh my Rabb, I am leaving my family here in a place which is forsaken. عِنْدَ بَيْتِكَ الْمُحَرَّمِ, at your sacred house. Now that ayat always puzzles me. And how did Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam, that was a Baytullah? Because Nabi Ibrahim and Nabi Ismail must still build the Baytullah, remember? But you must understand, from prehistoric time, Islam pre-Jahiliyyah time, the Baytullah was already there, and the Jahils were making tawaf already. So somehow Allah has already put it there. But the Jahils were using it as baking. That's why in the Quran it says, in the Baytikal Muharram, at your sacred haram, your sacred house. رَبَّنَا لِيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ. Look what he says. Oh Allah, let them establish salah. That's the first dua he makes. He didn't say, take care of them. He said, let them establish. فَجَعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِّنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ. Oh Allah, let humanity incline their hearts towards them. إِلَيْهِمْ, with love. وَارْزُقُهُمْ, and give them rizq. وَالثَّمَرَاتِ, from your provision. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَشْكُرُونَ, so that they can be grateful to you, O Allah. Look at the beautiful dua the father makes, Nabi Ibrahim, about his wife and child he's left there. And of course, as you know, many years later, he comes when Nabi Ismail was a big person. And look at the Quran speaks about it. When Nabi Ismail was a big person, he says, Inni ara fil manam, I had a dream. Anni azbahuk, I am sacrificing you. Fandur mada tara, what is your opinion of this? Can you imagine you tell your son, I had a dream that I must sacrifice you. If you did what you geroek. You understand? But look at the response. And the father is his Fandur Mada Tara. What is your opinion of this? This is the relationship that a father and son must have. You must speak open to your children. Understand what's happening. Right? Think how they think. So here, what happens? His son answers. قَالَ سَتَجِدُنِي إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ صَابِرًا وَلَا أَعْصِي لَكَ أَمْرًا. He said, oh my father, do as you are ordered, and you will find me very patient in this affairs. Look at the amazing response. Very mature. Isn't it so? And this is the beauty that we have to understand. And these are the life skills. These are the life lessons that we are learning from the Hajj. Subhanallah. Are there any questions so far? So far, so good. I'm all clear. Good. So now, after doing Safa Marwa, we are done. We go and shave our hair. It's sunnah to shave everything off. That is the sunnah. The least you can do is little bit. The men, you do yours first, then you go to your sister, wife, whatever, and then you can just cut a little bit of their hair. Alright? That's how it's done. And then now you have leisure time until the days of Hajj comes. Alright? So when the days of Hajj come, which is called the Yawm Tarwiyah, the 8th of the Hajj, the day of water, they gather the water. And they go off to Mina. Right? You're off now too. You're going to Arafah now. That's actually what happens. You're going to Arafah. So what you do in your hotel room, you put on your ihram. Same story. Take your ghusl for ihram, put on your clothes of ihram, make your niyyah for, make your 2 rakat sunnah for ihram, and then make your niyyah for hajj. Correct? And off you go now to Arafah. That is actually what your first stop now. And look, some people like the walking hajj, they prefer walking because the amount of time it takes by the car or the bus is quicker by walking. But also be very careful if you're dehydrated, because some people were actually walking and they were dehydrating themselves, they become sick, they don't take care of their health. So be sensible about this whole thing. Speak to doctors and that are in the group with you, and take care of your health. It's so important to become sick. I know of people that have missed the 5 days because Allah will look, do what you're able to do. Okay? Don't go because of peer pressure. It's happening. And when you go to Arafah, it is an amazing, again, it's one of the most amazing experiences that you will find yourself in. It's just you and your Rabb. I have extracted a portion from Imam al-Ghazali's Ihya al-Ulumuddin, and you'll see in my notes, it is all there, what you must recite 100 times, what you must recite 50 times, etc., etc. It's all covered in my notes. It's only a prescribed what you must do on the day of Arafah, and you can do much more. But it has to do about you and your Rabb, nobody around you. But do take some simple provisions with you. Yes, your food will be supplied in Amal Day, they call the 5 days of Hajj. But be proactive. You never know, the food might be late and you got ulcers or you diabetic or you this. So take your own little pakkie with you. Your whole bag of foodstuffs. I'm not saying taking your biryani with now, just take enough foodstuff to sustain yourself for a few days. Got it? And of course your medicines, your kitabs, etc., etc. That's what you have to do now. And Allah keep you strong for that until that time, and be sensible about it. Are there any questions so far? Going back?
You mentioned you walk or you can travel, you can go by bus wherever you want.
Yes.
For the dehydration, are you allowed to carry water with you?
You're allowed to carry water, of course, you're allowed to do whatever, But I'm just saying, just be sensible about it, because some people walk and then they find themselves, they are dehydrated and they can't. And they can't anymore, then they end up in a hospital. So, do the safe thing.
What is that distance?
Oh, I forgot. It is a couple of kilometers. Look, it's hectic. And even walking, there's the crowds that you've got to engage now. Not only the crowds, also the cars and the buses and things. So it's not a quick walk that you can just think simple as that. So it's quite a few. I think it's 8 or 10, something like that. But it's a distance. Yeah, a couple of hours. Yeah, no, definitely. And if it's heat, sun and things like that, it can really affect you. So be careful. So when you're on Arafah, you do what you have to do. Subhanallah. As I said in my notes, I've given you certain prescriptions. Let me see if I can get to it quickly. I'm trying to find now, just trying to see where it is. Where did I put it? Inshallah. Here it is. For example, I've said, recite Astaghfirullah Azim alladhi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. This is according to Imam Ghazali, rahimahullah, 100 times. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wa ni'ma. This is what you recite. Here am I. I'm presenting myself, Allah. 3 times. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika la, 100 times. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi, 100 times. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan. Surah Al-Fatiha, Kul wallahu ahad, salawat on the Nabi, make dua. I've just given you what Imam Ghazali rahimahullah has prescribed that you can do. There's more that you can add to this, and inshallah, because this won't keep. Once you finish reading that, you still have time on Arafah. So you're going to have more time. So pace yourself. Recite Surah Yasin, recite Surah Sabah, recite Quran. What? Recite Allah, 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 Allah. Because it's all about Allah. That's what it's all about. And it's all about labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Oh Allah, here am I. I am presenting myself. My weakness, my humbleness, my nothing. I am nothing, oh Allah. This is what we have to present ourselves with. And once Arafah is finished, you leave before Maghrib. You leave for. Oh yes, you make Dhuhr Salah there and Asr Salah at Arafah. You combine. You bring Asr forward to Dhuhr, so that you have enough time to make your. Of course, you can go to Masjid Namira, where you will find the Imam will make the khutbah of Hajj. But many people don't bother going. There are people that do go. You stay by your tent, because sometimes you get there, you forget where your tent is, and you get lost. That also happens. So don't be over adventurous. So Dhuhr and Asr is combined. And then, yes. Sorry?
The niyah for the Jam Salah.
I've got all of my notes. I've put it all in my notes. نويت تأخير الظهر لأصليها في وقت العصر مجموعا. You can make it in English. Oh, I am delaying the 2 rakat Dhuhr Salah, and I'm going to make it with Asr. Or I'm bringing forward Asr, I'm going to make it with Dhuhr. You know, I've covered all that in my notes. It's all there. That's why I say send me your emails. I've covered every aspect, all the niyyahs, everything is in my notes. So, don't just leave it for Arabic. Do it you can do it in English as well. Okay, but I have covered that in Arabic. I've covered it in transliteration and in English translation. It's all in my notes. It's all covered. So, as I said, nawaitu ta'khiri dhuhri, I am delaying dhuhr. Okay? And Jam' al-taqdeem means I'm bringing forward. Jam' al-ta'khir, I am delaying the salah. So, but I've covered all. But you can do it in English. Even your normal today. I'm going to make Isha now. I'm making 4 rakats Isha following the Imam. Allahu Akbar, for your sake, oh Allah. It's acceptable. It's not a problem. It doesn't have to be in Arabic. But Surah Fatiha has to be in Arabic. You can't say, A'udhu Billahi, I seek refuge in Allah the most. No. That must be Arabic. Clear? Yes.
I just wanted to know, so when you're making your way to Arafah,
Yes.
you know you're not supposed to, when you're in Ihram, no scented perfumes or anything like that. Stuff like sunblock, putting something on your head, using an umbrella.
The most you can use is an umbrella. But otherwise, sunblock and sunscreen and amal day. No. Right? Everything. You can put all that on, sunscreen, sunblock, underarm and things like that, after you shower. But when you make your niyyah that I am going into ihram for Hajj, then everything stops. You still got your underarm still on, but afterwards you can't put it on now. You can put it on before you make your niyyah. Got it? Clear? Good. So now you're going to leave Arafah and you're going to go into Muzdalifah. Really beautiful. And that's where you delay your Maghrib and Isha. So when it comes to Maghrib time, نويت تأخير المغرب لأصليها في وقت العشاء مجموعا. I'm delaying Maghrib, I'm going to make it with Isha and I'm joining. My niyas, as I said, it's all explained, all self-explanatory, it's all in my notes, it's really covered. And you spend your time, again, dhikr, azkar, whatever you need to do, spend your time. Then you will find many people will leave at midnight and the Hanafis will leave after Fajr. So Shafis especially will leave after midnight. Go with the flow, go with your group that you are with. Stay safe with them. And then after you go now to Mina. Now you're going to pick up. But before you get to Mina, you must start picking up your stones already. 7 stones each for the small, middle and big shaitan. Alright? And when you come to throw the shaitan, there's a dua. Rajmal lish-shaytan wa ridal lir-rahman. I am stoning you, O shaitan, for the rida, for the pleasure of Allah. Right? Bismillahi Allah. But again, it's all in my notes. And you throw it 7 times. Some people are serious, eh? Shaitan, what I get for you? No, you won't believe how emotional the people get when they throw the shaitan. Oh, some of us need helmets, hulle gooi maar jou kophoeks. No, I'm serious. So please be careful. Ek het al ons hier omgedraai. Hey, wat dink jy ek is shaitan? You know what I'm saying? So please be careful. I've actually seen when I was on Hajj, and I'm not going to mention names, I've seen a Ghousia chasing an Arab while they're both in Ihram. And it was a Kapi who was chasing a Saudi. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. But you'll experience amazing things that takes place on Hajj. So once you've thrown the major shaitan, small, middle, and the big shaitan, as you know, shaitan came to dissuade and bamboozle Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam from sacrificing his son. Because a dream of a Nabi is actualization. And what did Allah do? Allah replaced Nabi Ismail with a ram, with a sheep from Jannah. And that's why it is so amazing that we also emulate that. Because that sheep that we are slaughtering every year will be our vehicle on the day of Qiyamah, that we will go according to the Pul Sirat so quickly, according to our intention. So do the Zabah. It's so important to do that. So once we leave now Mina after Shaitan, we go to Makkah. And what are we going to do? Tawaful Hajj. Because that's the only thing that's left. So we come again the same aspect. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Before we say that, we make niyyah of Hajj. I mean Tawaful Hajj, seven Sab'a Ashwat, 7 times. And off we go. 1, 7. And again, I've given you the cosmic and the spiritual dimensions of Tawaf. How I explained to you, all the malaikas of Allah's rahmah and mercy is upon us. And we with our fellow Muslim brothers and sisters from all over the world. Okay? Never mind who we are. Rich, poor, stupid, dumb, clever, whatever. We are all in it together. All we are saying is Allah, 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 Allah. That's all that matters. And you will be given and granted, and you will be blessed, and you will be dressed what comes out from your heart. And that you will take away when you come back to your country. And you will experience that beauty. Wallahi, you will experience that beauty in your life till you pass away. And it will never leave you. So please open your hearts to receive. Don't keep your hearts closed. And don't be judgmental on what people are doing there. And seeing what they are doing. Summun, bukmun, umyun. Close, be deaf, dumb and blind to what people are doing. Please be of assistance, yes. Please help your fellow Hujaji, whatever you can do. Allah will replace it with even more so. Imagine you helping a Hujjaj. Ya Allah. Even just to give some water. Or anything. Or he fell in his tawaf and you're picking this person up. Right? Some simple aspects. Please do it. And once you've done your tawaf, as you know, then you make your 2 rak'ah sunnah. And thereafterwards you make, you drink your zamzam, and then you do your safa and marwa, which is your sa'i of Hajj. And when you're finished, you go cut your hair, and then you are really done. And it can be exhausting because you don't sleep. You really don't sleep. This is you tend to find the reality of it. But you are in such a hype. Allah, you're in such a hype that you don't even realize the position that you are in. And you're just carrying on and going for it and going for it. This is the beauty of Hajj and Umrah. And it's a once-time life experience that you have. So don't mess it up. Be concentrate whatever you are doing. Let me stop and pause and let me ask some questions quickly. From anything, right from the start, anywhere, whatever. Come, let me hear questions. As you know, your agent or whoever, they will do your qurbani for you as well. You know, it's nice to, if you can go, because they do allow you to go check your slaughter. You know, but because of logistics, it's just easier that it gets done for you, and your agent will say, your thing has been done, now you can come out of ihram. That's what your agent does, you know. So, inshallah. So, that is the only aspect of it, inshallah. Then afterwards, everything else is sunnah tawaf. And before you leave, as you know, before you leave back to Jeddah, you make your tawaful wida. Tawaful wida is just your tawaf, no safa and marwa in this. Just tawaful wida, you make 7 times, 2 rak'ah sunnah, and off you go, you make your wida. It is very, very sad and tearful, because you never know when you're coming back. You never know if you're going to be alive. You never know. Anything can happen. Allah can take you away. Okay? How many people have gone for Hajj and for Umrah and they are buried there? Okay? Has happened. Has happened. But the important thing to remember is that opportunity that is given to you, grab it and make the most of it. Wallahi, make the most of it. And you'll come back and you'll speak volumes and volumes. That's why when people come back from Hajj, then we love sitting in front of them and we like to listen to their experiences. Why? So they can inspire us, so that we can go. That's why I say Cape Town, they're the best. When you leave, yes, you might think it's a party and all those kind of things, but wallahi, it's muhabbat. It's love. That's what it's all about. And when you come back, it's muhabbat and love that keeps us together. We are unique in that aspect. And don't throw away your uniqueness because somebody was telling you, hey, that is bid'ah, that is haram, that is di, that is dai. Yeah. Well, eating a biryani is also bid'ah. Our Nabi never ate biryani. So if you want, I'm very cynical about it. If you're talking about bid'ah, you must know what you're talking about bid'ah. Right? They say everything is bid'ah. How can everything be bid'ah? Whatever our Rasul did not do, that is bid'ah. So, he never rode a car. So how can you be so stupid? So please be very careful of those people, and some of the Maulanas. They say, whatever he didn't do, that's bid'ah. The bid'ah won't dance, serious statement. Correct. But having said that, let me hear some questions. Anything. Okay, let's start with you.
So you mentioned shaving your hair.
Yeah.
When you come for your Umrah.
Yeah.
But by the time you come for Hajj, it's already like no hair. So they just like they shaving.
Yeah, all they do is, well, you must ask Sali now. He's got no hair already. So you're in front of you. So what gaan hy nou doen? Hy moet maar nou 'n wig dra. No, the symbolism of taking a razor or a shaver and you just do that, even if you've got no hair. Just the mere fact they take a razor and do that, it means you come out of it. It symbolizes that the cutting of hair means you're back into the dunya. Because you moet jou kyf regmaak, of jou hare moet mooi wees. That's what it is. So you just do that. Okay?
What are the rules for footwear when you're in Iran?
Say it again.
The rules for footwear.
Oh yes, there's the rules for the feet. You also see. I'll probably put some pictures somewhere, but your heels must be exposed, right? Your heels, yeah? And the top of your foot, yeah. Also, normally the beach tongs that you have, that is the most ideal. Right? That's the most ideal. Sorry?
People prank on your slippers.
Yes, no, people, yes, it do happen. But they are more updated ones and upgraded ones that are. But as long as your heel is exposed and this portion exposed, it mustn't be a shoe, in other words. That is what It's
So
all
not the
done.
box with the strap over the top.
That's right. That's right.
But that's applicable to the men or men and the
Men. Men. No, the women are okay.
So also for the men, there was like anything that's stitched with on, obviously we.
Yeah, the stitch. Yeah, that's look. We have our ihram and that's all we have on.
Yeah.
2 pieces of. So just make sure that as you have your kopiespel, né? Kan Allah toch? Maak verseker, jy het 'n kopiespel om vas te maak, jy moet val dit af.
Ek het 'n hele sakkie vol.
Die hele sakkie vol. Mashallah. So just no, especially the men. You know, don't take it very lightly because you do tend to find sometimes it comes a little bit loose over there and somebody at the back tramps on it. Inna lillahi. Right? Yes.
With regards to not using
In regards to?
not using any qualities in the state of Islam, why do people then say you can use unscented products? Unscented products.
Unscented products. Look, as I mentioned, you can use all the attar, all the shampoos whilst you are making ghusl, and after you make your ghusl, you can apply attar and everything. But once you've made your niyyah to tie yourself for ihram, then it stops.
So even the unscented products.
Even though it is even though you've got the scented one on, right? Because you did it now before you made your niyyah for ihram. But once you've made your niyyah for ihram, everything stops.
No add-ons.
Right?
No add-ons.
No add-ons.
Imam, you mentioned that you can put your heel balm in those things now.
You
Let's
can
say
put?
your heel balms. Your heel.
Yes.
Your heels were, cracked and those things. And then you mentioned that, let's say during ihram time, are you able to put on this heel balm?
You have to wait until you get out, really.
But if it's so bad,
If it's bad, then darurat. Ad-darurat tubihul mahdurat. There's a saying in Arabic that the necessity overcomes that which is necessary to do. For example, you come on an island, there's only khinzir to eat. It doesn't make it halal, but it's permissible to eat because you must survive. This is the aspect of in Hajj as well. If you are bleeding, you've got to put plaster on, etc., etc. Whatever is necessary is permissible. Otherwise, no. Anything that is to do with decoration and to do with the dunya, yes,
With regards to brushing your teeth,
yes.
the day, say you leaving from Mina to Arafat in the morning.
Gebruik miswak. Miswak is no Colgate. Right? Miswak.
So that will also apply to your bathing as well. Showering, bathing.
Yeah, in your ihram, if you're in ihram, it is fast. You can shower,
Yeah,
but you can't use soaps.
No soaps.
No soaps. No soaps. And it's enough. I mean, to have a shower, and it's not a problem. You're clean enough. We've just been spoiled by shampoos and soaps and things like that. I mean, the Oda, where was the shampoo? Hundreds of years ago. Look at it. What did they use? Really, if you look at it. Okay. Was het gespoild, joh? More?
So, Mualim,
Yes.
They say, whatever happens on Hajj,
Yes.
you must oversee and you must forgive.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you come back and you mention to somebody, your Hajj becomes hard.
I won't say your Hajj becomes batil. Your Hajj is between you and your Allah. Just because certain...
This is just the saying that goes around, In Cape Town, they normally say.
No, they can't. It's a wrong saying.
How dare you say something like that,
Yeah.
It has happened, just leave it. But don't expose the person.
It is true. Look, you will be held responsible for the sayings that you are saying about that person after Hajj. Right? It doesn't mean your Hajj automatically becomes batil because you called me a liar or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No, Allah is not that unfair. Right? Let Allah be the judge of that. That's important. Let's hear more. So far, the salah is all covered. The kasar salah, jam salah, understood.
If one makes any kind of mistake,
Yes.
So if you leave out a certain part of the Hajj
Okay.
that you were not supposed to,
Okay.
what happens?
If you leave out a certain part of a Hajj or Umrah by mistake, somebody will rectify you. Because you in it together. You know, so if you can give me a specific, then maybe I can answer. But because you're all together doing the same thing, right? Because you're all together doing the same thing, you will be making tawaf together, you will be making sa'i together, etc. Everything will be done together. The only thing you don't do together is shower. Jou voedsel is alone. So maak het verseker, husband and wife, julle bly different showers. Right, so that's it. Alright. Right.
So the time is like 24 hours.
Sorry?
To do your full Hajj, so 24 hours then, what you're saying.
The full Hajj.
Yeah, from the 26th.
No, it's from the 9th.
Yeah.
Right? No, from the 8th. Remember the 8th of Dhul Hajj, you're going into Ihram.
So are you sleeping over then?
No, you're sleeping you will first go to Mina.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you're going with them to Arafah. Remember, those are your routes.
But didn't you say after midnight?
No, after midnight, you're still traveling. There's no sleeping.
Okay.
People don't sleep. They just keep on moving. There's no... on the 10th, which is Eid al-Fitr,
Yes.
you are only doing your tawaful Hajj. And only then you come out of Ihram. Only then you're going to sleep. And it depends what time in the morning and you come there, you see. Sometimes it's actually 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking about Eid al-Fitr day now. Look, they're having the Eid al-Fitr khutbah, you know, but you're too tired for it. Because, you know, I remember me, I went to bed.
So what happens with Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha Salah?
No, it is a sunnah, as you know.
Yeah.
But your tawaful Hajj is farad. You must make sure you first complete your tawaful Hajj. And if you finish that before Eid al-Fitr, mashallah, you know, then you can join and you can stay there in the haram for Eid al-Fitr. I mean Eid al-Adha, not Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha. Right? Then you can stay there. But if you haven't finished your tawaful Hajj, which is a farad, you cannot take over a sunnah. You can't drop the tawaful Hajj for the sunnah of Eid al-Adha.
but say they are busy making the Eid al-Fitr.
Eid al-Adha.
Eid al-Adha.
Yeah.
Salah, and you must still do your tawaf.
Yes.
Do you wait for them to finish and then you do
Yes.
it?
Yes. Yeah.
So you cannot partake then into the Salah.
You can, actually, because the salah is there, but because you cannot do your tawaf. You know, but generally we tend to find that we are able to do our tawaf before Eid al-Adha already.
Before the
Yeah. Because the Shafi'is leave after midnight, remember? Whereas the Hanafi leave after Fajr. They miss Eid al-Adha. Because they only leave after Fajr, so it's difficult for them.
So one obviously needs physical strength before we go into Hajj.
Sorry, Lee?
They need a lot of physical strength before we go for Hajj.
I think you need common sense. I've seen people with physical strength cry like babies. they got no more strength. Jangan lagi Zula water. Really? No, really. Literally common sense. Please drink, eat sensibly, drink, make sure your fluid level is, that is what it is. Yeah.
Is it advisable to eat less at the time?
I don't think it's advisable to eat less. Eat sensibly. Ja, niet zo lekker dik met klomp burps achterna, you know. It's like in the plane. Because some people, you get airsick or something like that. So just eat sensibly to sustain yourself. Don't fast. No. Eat sensibly. Eat sensible food and hydrate yourself. It's so important to hydrate yourself. Because people can so easily just be dehydrated. You know, things go, man. Yeah, Allah. Okay. Let's hear. Is everything so clear, mashallah?
At the time of Wukuf,
Yeah, time of wukuf.
we're on the plains, they normally say for you to be outside. Out of your tent and just connecting with others.
Yes, look, on the day of Arafah, look, people are generally outside their tents, right? You have to feel the heat that is upon you. You must feel the sun, everything. You are saying, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik, Labbaik la sharika laka Labbaik. Everything is outside. Out. You do everything outside. Got it? That's on the day of Arafah.
Well, and what happens in a case if somebody really gets sick?
Yeah?
And we all know that if you're not on Arafah, your Hajj is never will.
What they normally do is they take them to the hospital, the ambulances are there. Eventually the ambulances bring them to Arafat just for that moment. Even in their state on a stretcher, then they got Hajj. As long as they got that period of time on the day of Arafah, even if they are half drunk or they are in a state of consciousness, right? They are there, they got Hajj. And the ambulances normally, the Saudi ambulances do that actually. If you are really critical, obviously, that's a different story. More?
Imam,
Yes.
is it safe to take any literature with into Saudi?
Is it safe?
Or is it things you should not take, like?
No, like these notes that I've prepped.
Now, say, like they say, take Ghazali books, just for example. Is this things that you shouldn't do there? Or
No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Take some. I remember my notes has got a picture of course, my notes is very old, you see. I've got a picture of Madinatul Munawwara and where the different graves are. They actually stopped me at immigration. They wanted to know, they feel I'm going to probably bury up or dig up a grave or something. That was a problem that time, But generally the answer is no. But knowing them, they will check everything. That's their job, you see. That's their job. So all you need is just your notes, like the ones that I have now prepped. You put it in these sheets, and it's easier to put it in that form. In what you call the plastic pages.
Flip file.
Eh?
Flip file.
The flip file, yes, the flip file. Yeah. More? Nee, vraag.
What does one actually do on Muzdalifah?
What does one do?
On Muzdalifah.
Again, you are passing through, you are making dua, dhikr, until the time goes. That's it. Actually, you actually got a bit of a breather on Muzdalifah. That's actually what happens. So at least you have something to eat and things like that. But then you go back straight into ibadah. Also, straight into ibadah. Yes.
People normally say they sleep on Muzdalifah.
Sorry?
People normally say they sleep on Muzdalifah.
People do, but it depends on their physical strength and But I would say don't give up on the opportunities that you can. If you need to sleep for an hour or two, fine, because you have enough time to leave. You're only leaving after midnight, you see. So if you need that, because Arafah can be exhausting, and the mere fact that you're traveling like that. Sorry, somebody else had a hand.
I was just the days after Muzdalifah when you go to the Jamarat, you normally have a few days to go to Jamarat.
Few days.
Yeah.
No. That's part of your. After Muzdalifah, you go straight to Mina.
Yeah.
You go straight to Mina and you throw your Jamarat.
Okay.
First, second, and third. Right?
Yeah.
But what he's asking is that how many days have you got?
Yes.
Now?
Yes. 11th, 12th, 13th.
Yeah.
3
Yes.
days.
But 2 days, Shafi is 2 days, Hanafi 3 days. Right, thank you for that. Because once you come back to Makkah, you come out of Ihram, correct? And then you go into your normal clothes. You go back, you're back into your civilian clothes. Now the 11th of Dhul Hajjah, which is dag after Lebaran, then you go back to you throw small, middle, big, you come back. 12th day, small, middle, big, you come back. Shafis only do the 2 days, Hanafis do the 3 days.
So it's E-Day and next day and the next day.
Sorry?
E-Day and the next day.
No, the E-Day is when you
You've done it.
yeah, E-Day is something else,
Yeah.
right? Because that's part of your,
It's the 11th and 12th.
yeah, we talk about 11th and 12th.
What happens in, sorry, man,
Yeah?
what happens in the case where you tend to lose your pebbles?
You'll find enough pebbles there.
So you get back anyway?
Back up, there's enough pebbles there. Oor genoeg. Some people are even so holy, they even wash the pebbles. Not necessary. Clip is a clip. Yes,
So the counting on the 11th and the 12th, is that compulsory counting or
it's important. It becomes part of it, yes.
is it, even though you're not in the ihram and
Yes, even if you're out of ihram.
you have to go back 11th and 12th?
MashaAllah. Got it. Any more? I think we finished earlier than I thought.
Don't worry, the WhatsApp messages will come.
No, I'm good with that. Eh? No, really. If you still got questions and things like that, I'm always available. You can phone me, you can WhatsApp me, whatever you need to do, I'm there for you, really. Sorry?
I was about to ask the same question. Is Sheikh going with a particular...
No, I'm not going. Look, I haven't applied. I've only gone once.
No, we're not saying now. Not for this season.
Look, it takes about 4 to 5 years to apply. So when it will come through, Allahu Akbar.
You're also going to be under 60.
Eh? And yes, I believe under 65, 65 can't go anymore.
No, 60.
So 60?
No, 65.
No, it's 65. No, it's 65.
Is that for
So-
for this year?
Eh?
It can't be forever.
I know it can't be forever, yeah, man. But okay, at the moment I'm disqualified because I'm over 65, so they can't help me. No, mashallah, look, I've been a long time there. For Hajj was 1993, I think, yeah. That's the time when Wembley went. That's the first time Wembley went, so I was asked to go. And that's the only time I went for Hajj. Never went again. I went for Umrah, of course, subsequently. But
So when is the next Umrah?
not for a quick, because I've got some other things lined up now. Like last year, November, I went to Baghdad and Karbala and all that. Inshallah, June I'll be going to Turkey for 2 weeks. And just before COVID, I was supposed to go to Iran, a few of us. I actually arranged it with Mawlana Aftab Haider. Everything was organized. And then COVID struck. So Iran is still a place I'd like to go, inshallah. So that's sort of on the bucket list, inshallah. And I've been, was it 2016, 2017 I was in for Umrah. When my wife became 60, so she wanted to do, so I was. We went, you know. MashaAllah, if there are no more questions, can we close up? Is it okay? Can we close? Are we done with questions? Good. Are you all settled for this year for going? Is it?
I'm just going to Umrah.
Oh, you go for Umrah, mashallah. But inshallah, my dua is Allah grant you all the goodness. Allah open up your doors for whatever Umrah, Hajj, and Allah make a safe journey for you. And Allah bring you back and enjoy. Don't forget to send your email addresses so I can send you or send your WhatsApp. Send me a WhatsApp. And those who can print it out via WhatsApp, it's doable according to, some here. So, okay. الفاتحة الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم أوصل الحجاج إلى مكة المكرمة والمدينة المنورة والأماكن المطهرة سالمين غانمين منفرحين مستبشرين مع الصحة والسلامة يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعل عمرتهم عمرة مقبولة، اللهم اجعل حجهم حجا مبرورا، وسعيهم سعيا مشكورا، وذنوبهم ذنوبا مغفورا، وتجارة لهم تجارة لن تبور يا نور النور يا عالم ما في الصدور. أخرجنا وأخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا يا مولانا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم انصر المسلمين والمجاهدين في فلسطين، وانصر المسلمين والمجاهدين في كشمير، وانصر المسلمين والمجاهدين في أوغير، وانصر المسلمين والمجاهدين في هند، وانصر المسلمين والمجاهدين في كل مكان أينما كانوا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أعطنا يا الله بخصوص هذه الجماعة إيمانا كاملا وأمانا دائما ورزقا واسعا وعقلا تاما وعلما نافعا وعملا صالحا وخلقا حسنا، وأعطنا عزة وصحة وراحة وفرحة وقوة لعبادتك، وأعطنا معرفتك يا الله بحرمة القرآن العظيم والنبي الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون. بخير دعواهم فيها سبحانك اللهم وتحيتهم فيها سلام، وآخر دعواهم عن الحمد لله رب العالمين. سلام الحجاج يا سلام الحجاج يهديكم الله مكة مكرمة يا حجاجي سلام يا سلام يا حجاجي سلام يا سلام. حاجي ما قبول جبل عرفات، حاجي ما قبول الإله مولي. سلام يا سلام يا لا يا الحجاج يهديكم الله مكة مكرمة. And a piece in Urdu. मदीने को जाए ये जी चाहता है, मुकद्दर बनाए मुकद्दर बनाए ये जी चाहता है, मदीने को जाए یہ جی چاہتا ہے. It's my wish to go to Medina. This is my wish. May Allah make it possible. مدینے کے آقا دو عالم کے مولا تیرے پاس آئے یہ جی چاہتا ہے مدینے کو جائے یہ جی چاہتا ہے. محمد کی باتیں محمد کی سیرت سنے اور سنائے یہ جی چاہتا ہے مدینے کو جائے یہ جی چاہتا ہے. اللہ اللہ حضور کی باتیں مرحبا رنگ و نور کی باتیں چاند ان کی بلا لیتا ہے اور نظارے سلام کرتے ہیں کملی والے کا نام لے لے کر بے سہارے سلام کرتے ہیں. حاجیوں مصطفیٰ سے کہہ دینا غم کے مارے سلام کرتے ہیں. صلی اللہ علی محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم صلی اللہ علی محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم یا نبی سلام علیک یا رسول سلام علیک یا حبیب سلام علیک صلوات اللہ علیک أشرق البدر علينا فاختفت منه البدور مثل حسنك ما رأينا قد يا وجه سروري الله مرحبا يا نور عيني مرحبا جد الحسين مرحبا أهلا وسهلا مرحبا يا خير داعي سلام يا سلام عليكم سلام الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين ما شاء الله جزاكم الله each and everyone Allah bless and protect all of you. Now let me see, how do you switch this off? Or you press finish, I think, yeah. Huh? Yeah, finish now?